In my work, in my life, I'm in Los Angeles. I teach and I also direct. And I've been working with actors for almost 24 years now. And I love them. And I'm going to give you what I can right now because I know we don't have a lot of time. And I want you to know that I think what I've noticed in the world is that what we do is we go along, and I have a feeling it's true here too and everywhere, that we go along through life and we want to, well, we want to make the most of things, but the biggest and most concerning thing that happens is that I think the most important thing in life is that you don't miss it. And I think what happens a lot is that we forget to go after what we want. And I have a thing in my work in that you can be successful in any level wherever you are, in any capacity, wherever you are. In other words, if you're a beginning actor, if you're new, you still can pursue it and you can still be an effective performer. My feeling about the difference between film acting and theater acting is there's very little, but there's a lot. The first thing is that in theater, you send your energy through time, distance, and space. And so you're constantly projecting your emotions and your experience. But in film, it's very internal. And so one of the mistakes that a lot of actors make is they do nothing when they think they're going to be filmed. Like, oh, I'll do nothing, but that's not exciting. And so what's exciting is making sure and creating the internal life within. It's crucial that we harness and understand our emotional world and the realm in which we live and exist. I have a saying in that a child's tears in one country or in one language is no different than a child's tears in another. They're the same. And so through emotion we experience and we feel. I was watching a lot of films yesterday, and I can't understand the language, obviously, because us in America, we don't work very hard at learning other people's languages. It's a sad thing, but it's a reality. And I was really bad, by the way. I went to college and everything, and I didn't do so well. But here I am, but I can relate and connect to you on an emotional level, and I can understand through empathy. So the one emotion that we have that will allow us to transcend any human experience, anything you don't understand, anything you don't relate to, you can get there, you'll go through, is through non-judgment. If you can release the judgment on something, you can understand it. And so as an actor, one of the things that you're going to be working on to build your internal life is to release judgment of your character, of your script, of anything that comes forward, and when you read it, immediately we get an idea, oh, this is how it should be acted. And sometimes that's not how, oh, I see it this way. And sometimes if we look deeper and get under the surface of the material, we'll start to understand the way in which the character lives. One of the things in my culture is that we're asked to do things very quickly. In my world and where we live, an actor's handed a script and immediately has to perform it. And the biggest issue with that is the judgment that happens when they look at the material and they immediately start labeling the character. Oh, I'm playing a grouchy person, or I'm playing a nice person. And then you play nice or you play grouchy. Does that make sense? And if you want to have an inspired performance, something coming from depth, you have to release the label or the judgment on a role to find what lives and motivates the character underneath. And so acting is living in another person's pain and revealing it as your own. And until you can get the hurt, the wound, the pain, you cannot really identify. You have to have an imagination. You have to think beyond what you know to find out what you don't know. You have to move to the unknown. And the unknown is the scariest place because it's the place where people are going to criticize. They're either going to get you or they're not. So you're going to want to move out of that to build on your own imagination. So we associate our senses with feelings of good or bad. Okay, here's a screen on the other side of this wall. Did everybody hear it? Did you hear it? Was it good or bad? It was good to hear it, but was it a good thing or a bad thing? Bad. It was bad. So, and then now change the scream and make it a good scream. You got it? Yeah. It's Shakespeare says nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And so we have that same thing where we can take a sensory experience and we make a decision. The difference between comedy and drama often is just our response. Somebody slaps somebody in a drama, it's a bad thing. Somebody slaps somebody in comedy, it might be a good thing. And then I'm going to take you on a very slow visualization exercise so that, with your eyes closed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do this, and at the very end I want you to go like this. I want you to imagine you're flying. Okay, so we're going to do 3 lightness and eases, and then we're going to fly. Okay?
To zrobimy to na 3, a później będziemy wyobrażać sobie, że lecimy.
Okay, here we go. And. Oh, let me hear you. And again.
Oh.
Good, once more. Good, and fly. Close your eyes and fly. Good. And imagine yourself flying up through the air. And when you feel the wind under you, lower your arms. You feel the wind under you, lower your arms. And keep flying. Close your eyes. Like there's an engine under you or wings. Take a nice deep breath in with the nose. Out with the mouth. You can lower your arms, but keep your eyes closed. Just listen to me. Take another deep breath in with the nose. Out with the mouth. Imagine yourself flying out, out, out towards the mountains, towards the trees. And as you're flying out into the sky, I want you to imagine that there's a bird flying next to you. Just happen to be flying next to you. And I want you to shake any tension out of your body, let it go. Good. Relax, shake your hands out as you're flying. Now as you fly, that bird is going to say something to you, and I want you to hear it and let it make sense. And when you've heard the bird speak to you, I want you to take a step to the left. Good. Good. And now I want you to imagine you're swooping down over the trees and you're releasing any tension, any frustration, any annoyance. You're just letting it go. And find yourself now flying back, back, back to this place and this space, keeping your eyes closed. Land. Feel your feet in your shoes. Wiggle your toes. Taste the taste in your mouth. Smell the smell in the air. Open your ears to the sounds of the space. Open your heart. Open your mind. Know there's nothing you can do that could ever be wrong, and you don't have to be right. And gently open your eyes. Good. That's our first exercise. That's to get you more present. Do you notice everybody looks more present now? And I hope the bird said something nice to you. You need him to hear.
Nie powinien wychodzić, nie powinien mnie tak zostawiać, nie powinien zostawiać mego ciała samego. Moich zwłok. I co, prosiłam mnie wychodź, a on zostawił mnie. Zostawił moje ciało. Ja będę czekała na niego. Wiecznie młoda. Ale ono starzeje się, ja będę czekała na niego. Tylko moje ciało, ono nie chce czekać. Starzeje się. Z godziny na godzinę odchodzi to ciało. Rozpięte na mnie. Uwielbiane i wyśmiane. To ciało nie pamięta, to tylko ja wspominam. Ale on znalazłby wyjście, zajęcie, on wypełniłby mój dzień. No ułóż książki, napisz kartkę, przyszyj guzik. Przerzuć Sartra, wystaw kwiaty, wyczyść srebro. Przyszyj guzik. Przyszyj guzik? Co to jest guzik?
You might discover a courage or a power within that you didn't know you were capable of. And sometimes that presents itself in different ways. Perhaps it is the birth of a child or overcoming an illness. And sometimes it's something extraordinary in the art. So just do that one thing and discover more who you are and what you're made of. And always take the high road in that effort. Okay? Thank you very much.